Well, what a lovely, lovely day. Absolutely glorious weather here as we welcome you to a football match of considerable significance, great consequence in this part of the world. They've been talking about this one for a while and they have rolled up to it in fantastic numbers. You should have seen the roads outside the ground in the hour or two leading up to it. It has been bumper to bumper, the traffic has been extraordinary, but the level of expectation is also very, very high. And these supporters who were queuing round the block for their tickets as soon as we knew the date of the fixture, well, now they can't wait for it to begin. And begin it will any second now. This place simply a monument to the game. So much prestige, so much pride, so much passion whenever football is played here. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Well played, he saw that coming. And here's the chance to counter. Slavia Prague were imperious in their opening fixture. They turned on the style, hit the ground running. Is there any support? He might not need it. In for the follow-up! Well, that wasn't too dissimilar to the previous attempt.
They're just lacking a cutting edge, Peter, and while that's fairly obvious, the rest of their attacking play is actually quite good.
And it's hoisted clear. That intervention was very necessary. He spotted the run and played him through. Now a chance to break. No goals as yet. Tries to locate someone up front. Goes for goal! Oh, that is rather wayward.
Slavia Prague have found chances hard to come by, so that's perfectly understandable.
Played out to the right, back into the middle. Oh, well defended, that had to be done. He's gone for it! Goal! Well, he was never going to miss from there. So much to aim at.
And that's what the game is all about. Find space and finish, but we have to credit the pasta to pick him out.
So we have our breakthrough.
Still a fragile lead, though. They can't afford to sit on this.
Oh, he's been flattened there. Nothing wrong with that tackle. Ball won cleanly. He's left his man. There's the cross. Pinged forward. Looks to drop one in. And he just whacks it away. Knocks it away. And it's played forward. The ball needed to be better there. It's a wasted chance. And the counter is on. Battles to win it back. That a foul? Yes, the referee's given it. Oh, shooting chance! A great save, real class. There's the whistle for half-time. So there you have it, a close-fought half of football. It still had its moments, but ultimately produced just one goal. A more than decent game up to now.
Well, this team has found a real rhythm to their game. The players seem to have clicked well. There's good movement off the ball. The passes are sticking. No one's afraid to have a go.
leading 1-0 at the break. Whistle goes, and we start the second half.
Well, it's been tight, Peter, but I'm expecting things to open up now and we get some free-flowing football.
Played into the middle, towering header! Oh, he couldn't get the direction he needed.
Slavia Prague can defend those situations better by stopping the crosser at source.
And the shot! Oh, denied brilliantly!
Oh, that's a sparkling save, absolutely sparkling. His reflexes were ultra-sharp.
Arnautovic is now the subject of some adhesive marking.
Yeah, his instinct and the timing of his runs have proven fruitful, but they have to give him a harder time like that.
Just about up to the hour now. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Hardly anything between the sides, and the score is 1-0. Chance to break.
That's what has to be done now, no question about it.
Well, hit and hope is just about the sum of it, isn't it, Jim?
Just has to be done.
Forward pass. Tries to get it forward quickly. Well, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. Oh, superb reflexes from the keeper. And that certainly packed a punch. And he's there to clear it. Through. Time is ebbing away, but it feels like an eternity when you're holding on to a slender lead. I think that's offside. Yes, it is.
There's a real appetite from them to finally put this game to bed, but will they?
Out towards the flank. And that has been clear.
Look, with time running out, they have to get the ball in the penalty box, and if it means a long punt, then so be it. They've got to give themselves a chance.
Arnautovic! Oh, just lacked a decent finish. A searching ball out wide. Steered out wide, but he won't reach that one. There will be 4 extra minutes. It is just a question of running down the clock now. Well positioned to make that interception. And time is up. Terrific contest. It really might have tipped either way. The margins were tiny, just a goal in it, but that was enough. Well, a very good evening to you on what is pretty close to an ideal evening for football. There is barely a cloud evident. The world and his wife have gone to great lengths to be here for a match of great consequence and massive interest in these parts. Barely a breath of wind, so the football has no excuses for not being at its very best. The teams I know are pumped for this. They are fantastic scenes in the stands. There is a great sense of drama here, a great sense of excitement and expectation. This one of the great amphitheatres of the game. You are welcome to it and indeed to one of the grandest fixtures. As you can see, we've already started here. Good idea, just poorly executed. Hoists it forward. Surely a shot. Defenders on the back foot. AEK Athens have played twice and lost twice. Can they make it third time lucky? Gone back to the keeper. Well positioned to make that interception. Tries to get it forward quickly. And it's got through. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do. Nicely controlled. Chooses to go back. Grujic. Half an hour played now. He's chance! Forward it goes. And it's Kolarov. Keeper's got good distance on that. Plays it out to the flank. Could try cutting inside here. Beautifully done. Pumps it into the area. Tries a header! Went with his head, but couldn't steer it in. And he's there to cut it out. It's being played forward. And it's played forward. Now can he finish? Turns and goes back. Plays it out to the wing. In by Kolarov. There's the whistle for half-time. So both sides have drawn blanks. They have toiled at times, but it's not been a bad game by any means. Some first-half thoughts?
It's been a pretty abject performance. No efforts at goal. I'm struggling to remember the last time we had that.
An engrossing half, but we're still where we started, 0-0. And the action has already resumed here. 0-0 then, and we're back underway. And here's Arnautovic. Surely. Kolarov, he's left his man. Oh, well played. He's taken that really cleanly. Quick ball forward, gets into a dangerous position. And it's been taken straight back. And it's played forward, all the way back, and they start again. Plays it long. More than happy to take the muscular approach. He wasn't very far from making something happen by himself. Lovely to see. Needed a better pass there. Arnautovic.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Questions were asked, but he's given the answers. And it's Kolarov. Out to the left it goes. Played into the middle. That'll be a corner. And he's there to clear it.
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Added time is up, and there goes the whistle. And stalemate. One, if not for fans, then perhaps for coaches, satisfied by... Well, hello, good afternoon to one and all. Like you, we are very much ready to go here and looking forward to a game that has been the topic for universal conversation in this part of the world for much of the last few days. It's dry at the moment, but the forecasters have warned us of impending rain. There's no certainty about that, but when it does come, it shouldn't affect the dynamics of a match which has so much riding on it. Well, this really is a great venue. It adds so much character to every game it stages. Well, a quick look at the opposition, and results really have not been good for them at all just recently. They haven't won at all in the last three.
Testing times lie ahead, Peter. The problem is that it's hard to draw on any positive at the moment, even though they'll claim that they're not quite getting the breaks just now. Lady Luck has seemingly turned her back on them and shunned their calls for help. If they have more to them than we've been seeing, then it has to emerge here. They understand the consequences if that does not happen.
Well, we're on the way. Now it's on Nautovic. Just brushed off the ball there. Natko. Try as they might, they just couldn't get into an attacking area. Over to the left. Has a look and up to meet it! Oh, just needed a better contact.
Well, plenty of moving targets to pick out in the box. Obviously increases the chances of the ball being met like that by someone.
Played out to the right. That's a good... He's had a goal! Oh, that's a terrific save from the keeper.
Well, you can't ask for much more than that. A difficult moment he simply had to deal with.
Defending of the desperate variety. Finds himself eased off the ball. And the counter is on. Brought forward. What does he try from here? Oh, he's caught him there. It's a free kick. Still goalless. Natko. Knocks one in. And it's hoisted clear. Keeper's ball. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Nicely measured pass. He gets past his man. If anyone is going to break the deadlock, now would be a good time. Going through. Crosses it.
Keeper sees it all the way.
That's been intercepted, and that will come to nothing. And that'll be the final action of the first half. So the other team has broken through, but certainly not for the want of trying. It's been an interesting game up to now, but still goalless. To review the first half.
Well, Peter, apart from the lack of goals, I really don't think there's much to criticise. They've got to keep doing what they've been doing, and eventually they should find a way to the back of the net. Here's hoping for them.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. Already up and running for the second half.
Well, the first half didn't really produce the goals we'd have liked. Hopefully they've been saved for the second. For that to be the case, though, we'll need to see more energy and invention early on.
Out to the right.
That's a case of crossing in hope, and unless they provide some more options, it'll be more miss than hit.
Forward it goes. And it's Natko. Dinks one in. And if you did take an extended half-time break, you'll be relieved to hear that you have missed nothing. Great challenge, time to perfection. And it's played forward. Good spell of possession this, but very little to show for it. Plays it out to the flank, cuts it out. Natko. Shot at goal! Just a whisker away. Checks on the touchline, a change about to occur. Hoists it forward. Very few chances to talk of, Jim. Defence is, it seems, on top here.
Yeah, I think it's a scoreline in keeping with what we've seen up to this point. Combined attempts at goal aren't high in numbers, and we could do with something to spark this contest into life.
And here's Arnautovic. Now surely. Aimed in towards the centre.
Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
He's gone for it! Just off target.
A more than decent attempt, Peter.
There is some activity down on the touchline. It seems there's got to be a change.
I think this is going to add an entirely different dimension to their attack now. They've got the physical presence, they've got a real aerial threat, and it looks more promising from here. Look, this can still go either way. It might be flowing one way, but there's still time for some ebb.
Crosses into the box.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling.
He's left his man. He spotted the run and played him through. Gets it back. And that will be the final act. Well, it looked 0-0 from a fair way out. Little craft or guile or penetration. Defence is largely untroubled. It's goals.